Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Angles Way, where I'm on day 5 of this trail that starts in Earsham and it's about 17 kilometres over to Harleston. And I'm starting here just by the church in Earsham. This is the Grade 1 listed Church of St Mary. Now this is probably Norman. In fact, the nave they think has been enlarged at some point, and also the chancel here has been dated to about 1300. And for Norfolk, it's actually really rare to have a spire on top of the tower, so it's quite an uncommon building for this county. So as I said, today's route is about 17 kilometres and it's going to take me through the tiny village of Homersfield and Mendham before heading down into Harleston. So we climbed up this steep hill out of Earsham. We've ended up at this incredibly flat field here to my right. And if you look, I'm actually walking on a concrete track. And I think this is an original track from RAF Earsham, which was first recorded in 1915. So sadly, I don't think anything actually remains other than these trackways from the original airfield. But from the air, you can certainly get an idea of the layout. So just behind me over here is Chestnut Tree Farmhouse, and it's a Grade 2 listed timber framed house that dates back to the early 17th century, so it's nearly 400 years old. And it's here I'm actually joining this track that's going to lead me down towards a couple of lakes where I'm going to turn left in towards Homersfield. I'm actually heading back down into the Waveney Valley now, where the last 8.5 kilometres have all been right on the edge and up in the field, so it's going to be nice to get back down towards the river. So we've just arrived in the gorgeous little village of Homersfield, and there is actually a village pub just by the green if you wanted some refreshments. But this here is the Grade 2 star listed Church of St Mary, and it dates back to the 12th century. And in fact, there is a small Norman window just on the south side, I think, of the nave. We'll go around and have a look in just a moment, which is probably the oldest part of this building that still remains. So it's certainly about 900 years old. So this end here, this is the chancel, and that is a 14th century window, and this was extensively restored in the late 19th century. But I'm going to go have a little look inside. So we've arrived in the village of Mendham, and just like Homersfield, there is a pub. Actually, it's a hotel, so you can stay there overnight if you want to. Now this is the Grade 1 listed Church of All Saints in Mendham, and the tower over here, that's 14th century. The main building, the main fabric, dates back to the medieval period, and just at this end, the chancel, that was rebuilt in 1880. And the site itself is more historic than that, because it's believed this is the site of an Anglo-Saxon minster church, so one of the most important churches in the region during Anglo-Saxon times. So once we've stopped here for a little bit, we're going to have something to eat, and then we've got the last few kilometres over to Harleston. So we're just coming into the town of Harleston now, and I've probably got about sort of 700 or 800 metres until the end of this part of the walk. So if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe and ring the bell to keep up to date with future uploads, and I'll see you next time.